Hi everyone, so today's tutorial is going to be a quick overview of the human immune system. The immune system is a combination of specialised organs, immune cells and proteins which all work together to protect us from pathogens such as harmful bacteria or viruses. The organs of the immune system can be divided into either primary or secondary lymphoid organs. So the primary lymphoid organs are our bone marrow, so this is where immune cells originate from in a process called hematopoiesis. The second primary lymphoid organ is our thymus, and this is where a special type of immune cell known as a T cell goes to mature. The secondary lymphoid organs are our tonsils, lymphatic vessels, lymph nodes, spleen, and our appendix. And these organs are sites where immune cells often migrate to and become activated. So you've probably noticed when you get ill that you get swollen glands, and this is basically because our immune cells are travelling to these sites in order to try and pick up information about what kind of pathogen has infected us. So now we know which organs are involved in the immune system, we're going to move on to different types of immunity. So the immune system is actually broken into two different arms. You've got the innate immune system and the adaptive immune system. So we're going to start with the innate immune system. The innate immune system contains two lines of defences. The first line of defence includes things such as physical and chemical barriers, so epithelial barriers, which is basically our skin, and these help to prevent any harmful pathogens from actually entering our body in the first place. If a pathogen manages to get through this first line, then the second line of defence will be activated. This involves a variety of different immune cells. So immune cells can also be referred to as white blood cells or by the more scientific term leukocytes, but essentially they all mean the same thing. There are many different types of immune cells, which all have slightly different functions and therefore different appearances. The most abundant type of immune cell is a neutrophil. It makes up 60% of our total white blood cell count, and it is usually the first immune cell to arrive if a pathogen enters the body. Another immune cell of the innate immune system is a macrophage. So these are really large, specialised cells which patrol our bodies and engulf harmful pathogens. They're also responsible for clearing up any cellular debris. Dendritic cells are antigen-presenting cells. So this means that they bridge the gap between both the innate and the adaptive immune system. And they're easily distinguishable because they have these large protrusions which make them quite an unusual shape. Natural killer cells, or NK cells, are slightly different in that they don't actually destroy pathogens directly. Instead, they destroy any of our host cells which have already been infected. Mast cells, basophils and eosinophils are all important in allergy responses. So they contain lots of granules which have chemical mediators such as histamine. So if you've got hay fever, you probably have to take antihistamines. And this is basically just to try and counteract the effect of histamine that's being released by these cells. Okay, so the important thing to know about the innate immune system is that it's a non-specific response. So this means that it's activated by any foreign pathogen, but that it doesn't actually react specifically to each different pathogen. So on the other hand, the adaptive immune system, as its name suggests, is actually able to adapt and develop according to specific pathogens. The adaptive immune system is also known as the third line of defence, and it's made up of highly specialised immune cells known as lymphocytes. So these make up 20 to 40% of our total immune cells. B lymphocytes, or B cells, are involved in the creation of antibodies. These circulate our body in blood plasma. Antibodies are large Y-shaped proteins, and they're able to identify and neutralise foreign pathogens. T lymphocytes, or T cells, migrate from our bone marrow to our thymus. So as I explained earlier, this is where they develop into fully mature T cells. And unlike B cells, which shed antibodies, T cells express unique T cell receptors, or TCRs, on their surface, and these recognise specific antigens from pathogens. So an antigen is essentially another term for a molecule. And unlike the innate system, which is non-specific, the adaptive immune system is highly specific. So both T cell receptors and antibodies are able to recognise and bind very specific antigens. So to summarise, the key differences between the two arms of the immune system are that the innate immune system is a non-specific immune response, whereas the adaptive immune system is a highly specific process. The innate immune system is a rapid response, which is triggered as soon as a pathogen enters our body, whereas the adaptive immune system has a delayed onset, so it has to wait to pick up information about what the pathogen is before it's actually triggered. The innate immune system has a limited diversity, whereas the process which generates the unique TCRs or antibodies on T and B cells makes the adaptive immune system extensively diverse. And finally, the innate immune system has no memory development, whereas the adaptive immune system does. I'll be explaining both the innate and the adaptive immune system in much more detail in future tutorials. So if you'd like to find out more, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and look out for the following videos. Thank you.